Okay, hello, welcome to the stream. I'm Milo and my pronouns are they, them. Today we're going to be looking at the Incredible Crash Dummies, which is a sort of franchise that I don't really know much about. Well, I didn't know much about it until I did the research. But yeah, this is something that this is the game that Captain chose for our game club, so he'll be very familiar with this. Oh, I haven't captured the audio. Give me a second. Okay, that's there now, and you have to hear this riff. It is so sick. And there's a reason for that, because this game, in particular, was developed in the UK by Software Creations, and the music is by the famous Jeff and Tim Follin. So they have done a lot of awesome work. Check out like Solstice and that kind of thing. This riff is embedded into Captain's memory. Awesome. And Gibbon is here but busy. That's cool. She's played these games already anyway, so that's fine. And yeah, there's their names right there. Jeff and Tim Follin. Don't be a dummy. Buckle your safety belt. This is the slogan for an advertising campaign that ran in the US in the late 80s, I think, about these crash dummies. For some reason, I always think of this type of character as a crash test dummy, but they're just called crash dummies. I don't know why. In the early 90s, they wanted this to become a franchise. There were toys, there were 2 separate 3-issue comic book series, there was an CG animated special on some American channel, and there were video games. There's essentially 3 games. One's on Game Boy, Master System, and Game Gear. One's on the NES, and one's on the SNES, Mega Drive, and Amiga. So I'll be playing a few of those today. Since there's a lot to get through, we'll jump in. Slick, today you have to do some stunt work. Jump off the building and create a smash with the director. Don't forget to hit the target, press start to play. So yeah, this is setting up the Game Boy version, which is kind of a... You could call it a minigame collection. Each level has a different style of gameplay. But I think I also should actually read a little something from the manual. So we'll just have this music going while I do. The manual's great. It's got a lot of in-character dialogue. So, introducing the Incredible Crash Dummies. Here is my dramatic reading. I'll do one as a Kiwi. Apologies to Captain. So you can tell the difference between them. Hi, I'm Spun. And I'm Slick. And we're a couple of dummies. Yeah, Crash Dummies. It's not the highest paying job in the world, but we like it. We remind people to buckle their safety belts, then do a little crashing and bashing to drive the point home. Okay, my accent went way out the window, don't worry about that. We're doing a bang-up job, but there are always people forgetting to buckle up, which means we just have to work that much harder. Right, Spin, but I feel like a wreck with all the hard work we've been doing lately. We could use a vacation, maybe crash on a nice beach someplace for a week. But saving up for a trip isn't easy. I've totally forgotten what accent I'm doing. Especially with the high price of spare parts these days. What are we gonna do? Why don't we do some extra work on the side, Slick? Good idea. But I don't think there are too many openings as bus drivers or valet parking attendants for guys like us. What are we gonna do, Spin? We'll never get that vacation. Pull yourself together, Slick. Don't go to pieces. I've got a week's worth of jobs lined up. The better we do those jobs, the more we'll get paid, and the sooner we'll be on vacation. Alright, that's enough of that. So, day 1, stunt work. So they're stuntmen in a movie, jumping off a burning building. The more awnings and railings we bust through, the more we'll be paid. And we can swing off flagpoles, float on balloons, and bounce off awnings. The flashier the better, but watch out for the fire. And don't bump into birds on the way down. So it's a little odd because they want you to run into some hazards, but they want you to avoid some other hazards, and it seems arbitrary. I think that smashing into a bird in an explosion of feathers would actually be pretty cool, but Not good for the bird, I suppose, so that's bad for animal cruelty. So we're going to bump into some railings, and yeah, let's go. So this is the Game Boy version. Ah! I guess we just bounce this many times as we... Oh, it's a lower bounce each time, and then you break through. You get a bonus if you hit all the awnings. Okay, we'll try that. Hit that railing too, very good. It's clear what the awnings and the fires are. Because this is the Game Boy, we can swap the palettes on our Game Boy Color emulator. Normally it would look like this, so... Oh, I smashed right through that one. Okay. I like to have some kind of palette that separates background elements. It makes things a little harder, a little easier to pass. Okay. Okay, well, I've missed some awnings. That's okay. We're still going to get paid. I don't know if I'm playing a slick or spin. There's a whole range of characters, you know, quote-unquote characters. They all look pretty similar, except for, I guess, their outfits sometimes. But yeah, I couldn't find too many... Oh, what? Did I run out of time? What a come down. This film ran out before the building did. Okay, I took too long. How can you hit all the awnings and still make it to the bottom? Do you just have to hit them once? If you tap up, you do a cannonball and break through in one go. Okay, cool. I'm so glad that we've got an expert in chat helping out here, Captain. Okay. So we'll do it better this time. The black bar is the time, I guess. We'll try and break the awnings and we'll break through them quicker. Note the flickering clouds. That would look a little better on the real screen, I think. Oops. Okay, so we can cannonball instead of just gliding, but we can also, like, nosedive downwards. And both give you more momentum through, or more, like, crashing power through an awning. But the dive goes faster. Whereas I think rolling up actually goes slower. Oh, wow, we got there pretty quick. Oh no, the black bar's not the time. There's a clock with the time. What was the bar then? The bar is how far we are down the building to the floor. Okay, you gotta go to break in this business somehow. That's a good pun. We're holding stacks of cash, although we only got $2.85, which doesn't seem much for a whole day's work, but you know, these aren't technically human, so whatever. Slick, today we gotta... Whoop. You have to smash test a new car air bumper. Pick up the air cans because the air bumper is a bit flat. Okay, sure. Why is that my job? If you want to blitz through a level, you could do a dive down the middle and get a win. Okay, so that works too. What's the point of getting money? Is it just for bragging rights, you know, leaderboard stuff? Let me also check the manual for the testing air bumpers section to get some hints, although Captain will help as well. Air bumpers are the coolest invention since safety belts. What's an air bumper exactly? They mean an airbag? They're not inflated yet. Yeah, they don't inflate until the crash. You get a pressurized thing. There's actually a chemical reaction that happens in an airbag. A giant magnet. Okay. This is all rather confusing, really. Oh, while we're playing these rounds, I also wanted to posit you something from the manual. I don't know if you had the manual, Captain, but at the back of the manual is the Incredible Crash Dummy trivia test. Hey, think you're so smart? Try answering some of these questions. What's the difference? So I'm going to pose you the question, Captain, and you will give me an answer in the chat. What's the difference between a crash dummy who doesn't use a safety belt and a pile of useless spare parts? So mull that one over. And I'll figure out how to drive. Okay, A to accelerate. Whoa. We've got like quite a high turning like power. Like I turn really quickly. What? I thought that was like a ramp. Okay, B to reverse. Hello? How do I get this air? It's in the sky. The controls are reversed to what I expect, forwards and backwards. I think A for accelerate is pretty logical. Your driving is turning me into a nervous wreck. Great pun. Okay, well, we'll try again. Lives 3. Let's start dropping save states just in case. It is a ramp, but you hit it at a funny angle. Dang. Anyway, Captain's answer was nothing. There is no, as in there is no difference between a crash dummy who doesn't use a safety belt and a pile of spare parts. That is correct. That is what they give us the answer as well. So you're very smart. Next question. What is a crash dummy's favorite sport? While I continue driving. Let's change up the... Yeah, blue on yellow. That's a good one. We also need to inflate the airbags. Oh boy. I think the right side is better. You get some cash. Bonus cash that you just find on the side of the road, I guess. Okay, well I messed up again. There we go. You really have to be straight on to the ramp, or it just doesn't let you. So why did I fail last time? Did I run out of air? No, I ran out of time. Oh, the one-up. The magnet pulled me into the wall. And I guess I had enough air, so we did okay. The day's pay, a few bucks. Day without demolition is like a day without sunshine. Didn't hear an answer, Captain. What is a crash dummy's favorite sport? Football. A good guess, because part of the gimmick of the toys, at least, is that their limbs pop off. Like you press a button and springs launch their arms and legs out at high speed, which seems extremely dangerous for a toy. Maybe that's why they didn't last very long. But no, the answer is basketball. Yes, of an incredible pun of a sport that doesn't exist. Slick, your job today is to test out a new ski slope. Try and hit as many flags as possible, but you must hit 15 to complete the job. Okay, that's simple enough. All right, let's read what the manual says about testing ski slopes. So Slick thinks that they've already earned enough to go on vacation because they're going skiing. But no, the boss wants to open a new ski resort and wants us to test the slopes. Make sure the flags are solidly in the ground, so we have to try and hit them all. It's a very convoluted justification. They'll pay extra if we clear snowmen off the course. Catch my drift. Very good pun. Cool. Very poor pun. All right, and next question for Captain. What's the first thing that goes through your head when you find yourself in an accident without your safety belt buckled? The first thing that goes through your head if you don't have your seatbelt on. Whoa! So when Gibbon played this level, she said, hang on, this is just ski-free. It's no joke being a crash dummy. The windshield, that is correct. That is the answer they give. And of course, it's American. They do say windshield, not windscreen. Although I don't know what British people say. This game was developed in Britain, but it's an American sort of property. And final question for you, Captain. What's the one thing a person who doesn't use safety belts will never see? Never see. Alright, now we're on the slopes. Let's just quickly go onto the lovely trans pride colors. Pink and cyan with a white background. Whoa! Well, I'm not exactly hitting all the flags, but we only need to hit 15 to succeed. But I guess if you crash, you just fail straight away. I don't know if there's any... Like, there's a number of Crash Dummies characters, right? Are they all dudes, or are they all neuter, or what? Like, the idea of the trans pride colors made me think of this. Are there any lady Crash Dummies? How many did I get? I have no idea. Okay, that's enough. You really know how to keep your cool. That is a gruesome answer, yeah. They wring some humor out of the accident destruction stuff, but like the idea is they're just dummies, so you can do any damage to them and it doesn't matter because you can put them back together. Anyway, Slick, today you're in quality control at the ammunition factory. Good lord. You must pack 40 bombs before the day is out. What will they never see? That's right. The opposite would be a ticket. Yes. It's a double negative, so it's difficult. The one thing a person who doesn't use safety belts will never see. So if you don't wear the seatbelt, you won't see this. Okay, let's go the classic industrial... What the? Adulthood. That's pretty much correct. The answer given is old age. Oh, right. So I'm hitting bombs with a hammer? Wait, why am I doing that? You made quite an impact there. On the ceiling! Oops, wrong one. Let's take the loss there. We'll drop a save state there. Okay. So I need to hit anything that's not a bomb with a hammer. And blow? Oh, that's probably blowing out a fuse if the bomb is lit, right? Okay, this is a little tricky. Let's do some other palette. Yeah, this one. Oh, so that was a foot, I think, and a hand? This is like dummy parts being mixed into this bomb factory for some reason. I think... Oh god, that was close. That'll do. So there's also screen wrap. Oh. Does that count against me? Like if you press right on the far right, you'll go to the far left. Which I did by accident a lot. Oh boy. So this is classic tapper kind of stuff. The wrap is actually throwing me off. I want to be able to like hit an edge by mashing, but I can't. You have to be more precise than that. Okay. I'm getting used to it though. The body parts are for money. Oh yeah, you get a money bonus if you hit them. But they might not count against you. Okay, woof. Slammin' and jammin'. We did it. Yes, Captain giving more instructions. If you hit every single body part, you get a bonus. I don't think I got the bonus. Okay, day 5, slick. It's time to go for a cruise in a cruise missile. Hit the target bang on and have a smashing time. I didn't read the manual about the bomb factory. What do they say? Quality control. There's some confusion on the assembly line. So crash dummy body parts are coming down the line. Hey, I bet we know some of those guys. Okay, not very much jokes in there. Okay, it's time for us to take to the sky. You mean we're going hang gliding? Aim higher. We're going to fly airplanes? Higher, higher. We've been hired to guide guided missiles. Oh wow. So the guiding is by these sentient or sapient crash dummies. It's a little dark. Guide away past some obstacles, watch out for other missiles, beware of space vortexes. Okay. And hit the target. This is the final level, by the way, although you're supposed to do multiple loops. Oh, it's Lunar Lander. Okay, sure. That's pretty easy. Not exactly what I think of for guided missile, but yeah, like... I would think that they have a lot more velocity, you know, constant propulsion towards a target, but no, this is like very metered bursts of propulsion to get through a maze. Like, it's literally Lunar Lander. Gibbon said that, you know, the ski stage was just ski-free. This is another obvious... that didn't happen. That really didn't happen. Yeah, a really obvious clone of an existing game here. Grab the one up just because things aren't going so hot. Okay, cool. Do a save state here. Great advice. We're actually running low on time. I'll try and get through with rewinds. But do enjoy the music. Hello? Oh gosh. Very long stage. The difficulty level is really high, even on this first loop. So subsequent loops will get harder. What? Was that a space vortex or something? Is this it? I don't get it. What am I doing wrong, Cap? That crash would have won. Oh yeah, I do need to crash, don't I? I was thinking too much lunar lander mode. Yeah, because it never told me that I'd failed those times. I just assumed, so that was my bad. You're supposed to be a crash dummy, not an air ace. Indeed, indeed. Yeah. That's funny, actually. It's an interesting twist on the lunar lander gameplay in that sense. Wow. Okay, so basically there's 4 loops, and if you do all 4, you get a different ending screen, and that's about it. The speedrun just does 1 loop, and it takes like 3 minutes for people who know what they're doing. But yeah, as you can see, the target's in a different position, and the obstacles will be different as well, including balloons, which we didn't see last time. I don't know if I want to go through a whole another loop though, because my goal here was more to try and cover other versions of the game as well. So yeah, but you can have a lot of fun with this. Captain, in his childhood, had hours of fun with a friend trading off between the different stages for whichever they were better at. So this just gets you more time or an opportunity to go back. Probably more point bonus. Crash. And then you see the dummy explode and all the limbs come off, which is part of the gimmick. Yeah, well. Okay, well that was cool. I enjoyed that, Captain, thank you. Let's check out some of the other versions now. We might come back to this as the main version that Captain picked. But yeah, I can see why you'd have fun mastering the stages, especially if the layouts are the same each time. So what I want to show you now, if you get a perfect game, you double your money. You need to use balloons and stuff to double back and get all the awnings. Ah, very tricky. Hang on, I need to double check the release order. Okay, I think, yeah, the Master System version was released next, so I'll show you that. Which has this layout. Okay, cool. So yes, you may recognize some things because Software Creations. Why is this so much quieter? Forget it. So Software Creations, who are the UK-based company that made this version of the game that got ported across different platforms. They also made another game I played recently, Bell's Quest, Beauty and the Beast, on the Mega Drive, as well as the Roar the Beast companion game, but a bunch of other stuff too. However, they did not handle the porting to the Sega platforms. That was actually Teeny Weeny Games, who I think are also British. Funnily enough, they made a Pocahontas game, but not a Disney one. It was on the DOS platform. Oh yeah, here you go, the conversion. So Chrysalis is the sort of company name of Matt Furness, another famous music composer for video games. So that's who's in charge of the conversion there. From Game Boy to Master System and later Game Gear. So we'll do a little look at this now. Since the loop is so short, we might as well do a full loop of the game. And I won't have to read all the stuff out this time. So you can see they've rearranged the UI a bit with a greater screen space of the Master System. Lovely colorations here. I wonder, did you check out any of these versions, Cap, when you were playing it this month? I don't remember what you said in chat. I know you looked at the NES version. Did you check out the Sega versions at all? Okay, so I've missed... well, no, never mind. We're not getting that bonus. You just do your best, you know. We did see that there was some speed runs, but I don't know about like high score runs or anything. Oops. Oh, yeah, we bounce up. That's cool. Yeah, the fire's pretty impressive. Okay. The fat stacks of cash are back. I wonder what denomination bills they are because they're only $3.18. Okay. Captain did not play any of the alternate games. Oh, the controls here were reversed to what I would have expected. Oh, the layout of the track is the same. That should help. So the conversion was pretty one-to-one then. I noticed the layouts of the awnings and stuff were pretty similar too. So yeah, like car safety and car testing is what the Crash Dummies are primarily set up for. So you gotta have a car level in there. Oh, yeah, I didn't get quite as good a crash because my speed wasn't as high at the end. But I got some extra stuff on the way, so that helps. Oh, Captain Thought was asking whether we were not in a factory because it's green, but I guess it's just a green painted floor of a factory. I didn't note that, actually. Something's wrong with the layout. Hang on. Okay, that should fix that. Oh, this looks nice. I don't know how you could hit everything. Okay, there is a jump button. Wait, is that like an intentional crash button? Oh, if you let go at the right time, you'll get back on the skis properly. Do up and down do anything? So down will move you to a vertical position. How does that help? Not much. But yeah, there's like nuances to the controls in each of the minigames, which would make mastering them satisfying, I expect. You can for sure hit them all. Oh yeah, well, I'm sure with practice you could. It's a little daunting on the first try here. That's all. Wow. Oops. Yeah, the buttons are again different from the Game Boy. The Master System did only have 2 buttons. Although they added a... I forget. No, yeah. The sort of pause button is actually on the console, not on the controller. I think that's how it works. Feels like they're slower in this version. Maybe I'm just more used to the controls at this point. That head looked a little grim. Excuse me. I think part of my problem was I was trying to press towards the conveyor belt to face it to do an action, but your default state is facing it, so you don't need to do that press. And then I would overshoot sometimes. So Captain, is your mind blown by all the colors that we can see here? There we go, we get a special screen and some fireworks for getting all the things. We get doubled our pay too. Very nice. I think that is a perfect run. That's probably the easiest one to get a perfect run on, especially I think they slowed down the conveyor belt in this Master System conversion. The border's still not in the right place. Hold on. I set up a bunch of scenes for the different consoles because they all have slightly different aspect ratios. Blah. Okay. Right, what's this one? Yes, the lunar lander. Save state time. Okay, hadn't tested save states yet. Oh boy. Okay, looking good. A silver rocket. It should be like pink or whatever. Whatever it was on Game Boy when I had that palette applied. Red space level. Yeah, I guess we're Mars or something. I don't know. I don't... This doesn't make any sense. They're supposed to be just using modern times technology. Although I guess there was some sort of sci-fi-ish stuff in like the TV special. Wow, we got through that way quicker. And we crashed into the target. Yay! Captain says he normally gets some sideways momentum going, then only worries about going up and down. Yeah, that's basically what I did just now, and it went off really smoothly, so... And that's a full loop of the Master System version. Yeah, not a crash and explosion. I guess they changed that in this version. Well, if you're curious, let's now do a loop of the Game Gear version. I don't have a scene for that. Oh, that's because it's the same aspect ratio as the Game Boy. Okay, so this should be fine. This was me testing a little bit in the first level. So again, this is a conversion by Teeny Wee. You can see that on that screen there. To the Game Gear, which has a bit better color depth and stuff, better sound as well, I think. Well, it's still so quiet. Although I think that's literally the highest it can get in OBS, so I don't know how to make that better. Yeah, this lets you pick 2-player. This will be an alternating thing, just like Captain did with his friend on the Game Boy, but more formalized. So I think in this case it would play the same level twice, and you're expected to pass the Game Gear between the players. So the staff is the same on the conversion to the Game Gear. They're very similar hardware to the Master System, so we'll have Matt Furness on music again and all that. Okay, and I expect all the graphics will actually be mostly the same. But we'll see if we can spot any little differences on the way, since the loop is so easy to get through. On easy mode. I think you did answer this in chat, Captain, but can you tell the class now, did you ever get through the full 4 loops, get to the ending screen? I think you did, but I'm just curious to hear the story. Okay, well, we're doing real badly, but that's okay. It's more about the endurance, you know, because... Oh man, never mind. Yeah. Like, I think it's more important to keep a good number of lives to keep going through the whole thing instead of, optimizing for particular things. We did get through all 4 loops, but I remember it taking us a while to get to that point. Yeah. Remembering how each loop goes and stuff, yeah, that makes sense. Okay, the button layout is the same as the Game Boy on the Game Gear, by the way. Okay, let's try and get that jump. It's really cool. Very hard to see what's coming up on the Game Gear with the small screen compared to the Master System. That helped a lot on that other platform. But this is the same as the Game Boy, so you're getting a very similar experience here to the Game Boy, but just in color. And the crash, again, not as impressive. Maybe my speed, maybe they changed it in this version, who knows. And it's the skiing one, yes, okay. Do we actually alternate who are playing us? I haven't really noted that, but like that one said, "Hey Slick, you're doing this." And then the other guy, I even forget their name. Skim. Yeah, the name is Skim. Okay, Gibbon is done being busy. Okay, cool. Sick. I'm not sure how many versions you played, Gibbon, but my intent today is to play all the versions, at least a little bit. It's a lot shorter on these ones, the Game Boy, the Game Gear, and the Master System, because they're the same kind of minigame stuff. We've just done a single loop of the easiest difficulty on those. We're doing Game Gear now as the last one. Car levels are a good way to get extra lives. Yeah, they would be. I think there were 2 1-ups on that course. Okay, back to the bomb factory. Yep, looks pretty familiar. I think the colors are a little better. That is something that the Game Gear has technologically over the Master System. A little better colors. We saw that a little bit in the Sonic games that we played. Whoops, my bad. Okay. Well, I let one of the parts go through, so we're not going to get a perfect day this time. And this belt is going much faster than the other ones. Oh, wrong button. No. I guess you could say they did a better job of making this feel more frantic. The Master System was a little bit... Oh no. I failed. Oh, they're all the same speed now, so they must change speeds. Okay. I'm locked in. I'm gonna be the best bomb inspection robot I can be. Look at me. Tool of the military industrial complex. Although I'm sure all these bombs are going to be used for peaceful purposes like checks, notes, mining. Ooh. Not the most ethical business in the world. What's another legitimate use of explosives? Like demolition, I guess? But yeah, I guess the Crash Dummies just take what jobs they can get. They're not picky. Maybe it's sped up because I failed with the body part. Yeah, so it's like a gameplay penalty to doing badly. Hooray! Slammin' and jammin'. I assume that's their catchphrase. I don't know, Captain, have you read the 3 issues of the comic book and the 3 issues of the other comic book? I assume you're a huge fan of this franchise. There are a series of shorts in 2004, as well as the half-hour animated special that I watched like 2 minutes of. So I saw this like scientist character who has springs for eyebrows. He actually shows up in one of the later games, so look forward to that. Oh, well, that didn't happen. You haven't read all the comics? Captain remembers wanting the toys, but not having them. Ah, too bad. That's yeah. That's youth. You want things, you can't have them. So again, the screen crunch on these versions makes the Master System the better way to play the space rocket thing. Oh, we didn't blow up that time. Okay, whatever. Don't know if it was a different kind of crash or if it's just different in this version. So there we go. There's a loop of Game Gear. And you can see they're quite similar, but oops. I've lost the chat because of my own foolishness. I'll bring it back. Hold on. Well, we're opening this anyway. Excuse me. Okay, chat is back. And now I have something else to show you. So we've covered the initial version, initially released in 1992 of the first game by Software Creations. What I'm going to show you now is something else. Yep, hold on. Okay, what I'm going to show you now is another game in the Crash Dummies franchise. 1993, apparently. This is the Tiger Electronics handheld version. Can we get a better look? No, we got to start the simulator. So this is one of those simulators that Internet Archive has. And yeah, we didn't get a great look at the unit, but there's 4 buttons for directions and 2 buttons on the other side for accelerate and pick. Gibbon did not try this one out. Haha, brand new stuff. So unlike a lot of other stuff in the games, this is leaning into that initial purpose of the Crash Dummies, which is testing cars for safety. So we're going to hold down on... Oh god. Okay, well, that's an issue. There's like shortcuts and stuff because they've mapped the accelerate button to control, which then if you press control in combination with arrow keys can like change the window and stuff, so it's annoying. It's a little hard to tell at first, but basically we're driving on a 2-lane road, but because of, you know, the way these LCD things display sprites, it doesn't look like I'm moving, but the lane markers on the sides, you'll notice they move. So I'm in the left lane now with the markers next to me. If I try and go up against them, I can't go past there. And now I'm in the right lane with the markers on my right. So when that dog character appears, I press the other button, pick, to pick up the dog, because I have to rescue other characters on the side of the road, apparently. I guess it's the passenger dummy who's leaning out and putting their arm out, unless it's the driver just letting go of the wheel or something, which would be dangerous. But yeah, this dog character doesn't really show up much in the games apart from here. So it's good to see them too. We're on our way to a target wall to crash into, but on the way we have to rescue our dog friends for points, and I keep forgetting to hold down the accelerate button, so my speed isn't very good. But there's also a brake button, which I don't think I would ever want to use, really. You can crash into barriers and stuff. I don't think that affects you much. But there's also a crash button that I think you have to press when you get close to the wall. Notice that the beeping has accelerated and changed pitch as our speed has increased, but we can also see our speedometer. So I'm weaving between the lanes because I think crashing into obstacles lowers your speed, but it's also, you know, something to do, keeps it engaging. But also picking up the dog, I'm not really bothering to do that much. Because right now I'm focusing on trying to get to that wall. I haven't done a great job of maintaining speed so far in this level, so we might not make it before time runs out. Hello? Where is it? We didn't make it. Game over. I failed. So I'll do another run. I'll try and get to the wall. You can see when the game is starting up, and in the simulator you can see that. If I refresh the page. All of those sprites are the kind of actions that can happen in the game. Didn't get a great look at them, but whatever. Oh great, now the full screen's not working again. It loves doing this. Oh boy. How about I try refreshing? Start. Full screen. Okay, it's working this time, thank God. Oh yeah, 1. Okay, stage 1. So there will be multiple, you know, layouts as well. I'm not going to bother with the dog, it's just annoying. And apparently Control and Alt don't work at the same time. This could be a Mac thing. Oh no, I was pressing the wrong button. I was pressing Command. Pick. It's just funny to label a button as pick, because it doesn't feel natural in English, although I notice a lot of English as not primary language people use the word pick rather than the phrase pick up. I find it endearing. And I know what they mean. Actually, I think the Little Mermaid Tiger LCD also uses the term pick on a button, because one of the actions in that game is for Ariel to pick up junk to keep in her hoard, because she's a hoarder. Okay, we're doing better at holding that accelerate button down and maintaining some speed, which is nice. I don't know how it indicates that the crash is coming up, so we'll just keep an eye out for that. Yeah, you need to stay in one place long enough for your arm to do the pick action in order to actually rescue the doggy. I wish I knew the doggy's name. Oh well, maybe it's written on the packaging. The Moby games, they have an entry for this game that includes the blurb that's written on the packet. Which I think just describes rescuing friends. I don't know if it's specific of that it's a dog. Maybe other stages have other friends. There it is! The wall! I didn't hit the crash button. Oh! Yeah! Yeah, see the debris flying. Okay. But I guess I wasn't going fast enough because there's sprites that exist on this board of the dummy flying out of the car at speed. Yeah, I don't know what's up with that. So there you go. There's one stage of the LCD game. That's all I'm going to do with that today. So that's cool. Really glad they have these simulators up. I'm going to do another stream at some point on Sonic LCD games, the ones that aren't in the McDonald's collection, because some of them have been archived in this way. Alright, now my next game, what was my plan? Yes, the NES version is what we're going to play next. So totally different kind of game, and I'll have to capture it separately. So it's a different kind of game, but it is also made by the same people as the Game Boy version. So this is a software creations joint from the UK, and which means Jeff and Tim Follin are back, or actually just Jeff in this case, did the music for this version. So this is 1994. This is the NES version. That was very cool. Yeah, cool. Glad you like that one. I really am glad that people go to the effort of simulating those kinds of things. Anyway, this has a bit more of a plot, sort of, or like stakes, I guess. This is the Crash Test Center, a typical disastrous day for the dummies, so just a normal one. Spare Tire is hard at work doing what he does best. Nothing! All of a sudden. And we have the scrolling ticker of the ever-present catchphrase of the dummies, buckle your safety belt. Oh no, it's the Junkman, not to be confused with Junkman from Mega Man, what is that, 4, 5, 6? I have no idea, 7? Anyway, don't let him shoot you with his tire gun. American spelling of tire, of course, for a British game. Run before he catches us and turns us into parts to use for building his junkbots. Wait, is that a junkbot that I'm being pursued by, or does Spare Tire just look like that normally? Who knows? Too late. Looks like he's already got Spare Tire and Daryl. Golly, that's bad. I don't know. There's so many characters. I don't know what they are or the differences, but this one has like Mr. Potato Head face, I guess. Hey, Garbage Head, where are you taking us? I think the Game Boy one might have the best music, but this is quite good too. To my secret hideout, Fender Face. Where else? Gotta love the insults between the heroes and the villains. It's a classic. So I believe we play as 2 characters in this game. So this is terrible. Not only are we Junkman's prisoners, but he doesn't even have seatbelts back here. Help! They're all about those seatbelts. Gotta stay on brand. He's taken Spare Tire and Daryl. And it's obvious it was no accident. Get it? Accident. Pretty funny, huh? It's up to us to rescue them. Let's go. I love that. Fender face. Oh, okay, cool. So I assume this is alternating as well. You press select to change between them. Very NES. Press start to play. Let's go. Level 1, stage 1, the Crash Test Center. So it's both level 1 and stage 1. So we're playing as some guy. I don't know which one. And instead of legs, this dummy has a tire. And, oh, okay. Oh, gosh! Okay. Wow. That was quite violent. Oh, alright, there's a roof there. Wow, they just really knock you way back, don't they? But we do have something that we can use to get around this. An air gun that will stun robots that let us pass by. Gibbon saying this was her favorite out of all of them. Yeah, I think this is really cool. From what I was able to see in testing and right now. Okay, so we skate on past them. But yeah, the idea of like using momentum, like the slopes and like how you get knocked so far back, it's all very cool. All building around that idea of this guy being on a wheel and that factoring into things. But the theming of the level is also very fun. Like all the crash test paraphernalia. And Junkman's robots are obviously messing up the place. Oh, we got a checkpoint. I love that. Okay. So what's our cone counter down there? What does that mean? 10. Okay, I guess we just want to get more. It's probably just bonus points, but there might be an extra life threshold for the points, maybe. I don't know what that circle is next to the cones either. Maybe there's some other collectible or item that we'll get. Sorry, habits. We're just gonna avoid any and all damage. I don't know how long this game is, but it's pretty cool, and especially if it was Gibbon's favorite, I wouldn't mind putting more time into it. But I do want to show off the 16-bit versions as well. That's the only other thing I have to show today. The three of them are identical as far as I can tell in terms of like gameplay, so we'll just have to decide which one we like aesthetically the best. But we'll get to that later. The NES version is unique and stands alone. Oh, what's that? Like a steering wheel? Maybe that's the thing. Oh. Jump over. Okay, never mind. We use the iframes. It's 2,000 points. You know what? Let's skip it. I would rather not take all the hits. Okay, so Captain's saying that the circle represents your air gun and you can press select. Ah, so we also have an oil gun but it has no ammo. The air gun has infinite ammo. Good to know. Wow. Oh, okay. I thought when I got hit I would have to go all the way back until I hit a wall or an obstacle, which would be quite a penalty on these level designs, but there's apparently a limit on how far back you get knocked. But it's a fun, like, idea for getting hurt. Like, he's way worse than a Belmont, this guy, in terms of knockback. We'll go way further back. But it's just funny because he's on a wheel and, like, you know, it gives the game a little something different to stand out from other platformers. The use of slopes helps with that too. Yeah, I already said all this, but I think it's playing into the wheel-based mechanics pretty well. What was that? It was a balloon. I'm flashing red, but my jump is also floatier now. Oh, is that a 1-up? Oh, it only restored a health, so it's not worth it. Oh, my balloon's already run out. And I don't want to go all the way back down. That's a huge penalty. I don't like that. Because, like, the game does checkpoint you, but if I fall down now, it would be regressing past whatever checkpoint I had. Okay. Oh boy. Oh boy. Alright, we're good. Is this the level end? It is. Well, we covered the entire test center from top to bottom. The doggy! And didn't see them anywhere. What do we do? Look, there's a junkbot. Wait, that's a junkbot? No! Oh, the junkbot is the baddie who just kicked the dog. Kicked Bumper the dog into a sewer. We've got to help him. Okay, cool. Maybe that sewer leads to where Junkman is solving Spare Tire and Daryl. Let's go. Okay, the music didn't quite last the whole cutscene, but that's okay. Captain says you can hit forwards. Oh, you can get hit forwards. That's right. If you got on the other side of a robot, it could bump you quite a distance towards your objective. You zoom forward and respawn where your character explodes. Yeah, a bit of risk reward there. You spend a health to get like automatic progress. So immediately the game becomes less interesting because we're not playing as whoever the guy with the wheel was. We're playing as somebody other than that who just has legs. Not as interesting. Not as much of a disability representation either. And less interesting gameplay, but hey, it's just a normal side-scroller now, and that's okay too. What's over here? An oil can. That will give us some oil. 30 oil, in fact. So we'll test this out against this bug. Yeah. So it's got quite a good range on it. It's like a Mega Man Lemon. But we only have 30 of them. And it doesn't work against rats because they're too short, but I can crouch. There we go. Let's stick with the air gun. We'll use the... oh, not only did it give me bonus points, it gives me invincibility, the steering wheel does, for a very brief time. But yeah, I don't mind getting in melee range with the air gun. Very cute mouse. That one. Yes, as Captain points out, I have legs every day. I never have a wheel. And this is the beauty of video games. Like, they can show you new experiences that you don't have in your everyday life. Whereas, like... Okay, we have quite a good top... like, maximum inventory for oil. Doesn't top out at 30. Yeah, so like, for example, walking on legs, boring, do that every day. Riding around on a unicycle attached to my pelvis. That is cool, that's fun. You can only do that in a video game. Okay. Oops, never mind. No fall damage, that is a plus. Oh. What are these bugs anyway? They're enormous. Oh, apparently at some point I got over a certain threshold for cones and my counter reset. It probably gave me an extra life at some point. Why does the color always look so much less vibrant on the stream than it does on my own screen? The colors are quite nice in this game. I don't think they're coming through completely over Twitch. Maybe it's an OBS thing, I don't know. Oh, a new enemy. A lovely little fishy. Wait, what? That's a death, apparently. Okay. I kind of thought I could just walk over the water, but apparently not. Oh, lots of fishies. Oh, really? Yeah, the range on the air gun is not great. Okay. Great music track too, by the way. Lucky there's so many spare heads lying around. Red Dwarf reference, perhaps? No, it's just they have heads, you know. Is this a boss? A mini-boss? Oh, there's more of them. Crichton has spare heads in Red Dwarf. Including one that has droid rot and speaks with a Yorkshire accent. It's Bumper! Our little buddy! We must rescue the poor dog. How? Bumper, get out of there! Dummies can't swim. I guess not. We didn't see any swimming-based levels on gameplay. I don't get it. Am I supposed to do something to rescue Bumper? I felt like the level would end there, but apparently not. Oh, these are bouncy too. Oops. Whoa. Oh yeah, we need the key for the cage from this robot, and then we go back down. Oops. And they give us a free oil can up here, which is nice. We have plenty of ammo. This feels like a very Spectrum kind of boss. Standing still, not doing much, just throwing in projectiles in like a little single screen arena. Lovely feel to it. I wonder if... I didn't really look up when Software Creations had their start and what they were working on first. Okay, so we've got the key now. We can head back down. Ah! Oh, bit of slow down there, that's alright. What? Excuse me? Oh, it's one of my items. Wait, what? What happened? My legs fell off and I started spinning. I don't know why that happened. What am I doing? That was some kind of special move, I guess. Whatever. Okay. Oh! What? Okay, that was scripted. Thanks to me, Bumper is safe. That's a real weight off my shoulders. Get it? Wait, pretty funny, huh? Okay, this is a running gag where they like point out their jokes. I like that, actually. It's pretty cool. But there's still no sign of Spare Tire and Daryl. Yeah, spinning like that is way cooler than legs, for sure. Whoa, look at that strut. I never noticed it before, but I was talking about Belmonts, like that is a Belmont strut. Smashing, you found the circus. Smashing, get it? Okay, they didn't do it that time, but I did. Okay, I just remembered I have the manual for the NES version as well. So there's a little bit of plot introduction. Let's have some lovely music while I read this. Hi, I'm Spin, and I'm Slick, and we're a couple of dummies. Hey wait, this is the same as the Game Boy one. Oh no, it's not. Blah 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 blah. Spin, I prefer walking, but you're always riding around with that wheel nut of yours. And speaking of nuts, the maniac we love to hate, Junkman, has kidnapped our pals, Spare Tire, Daryl, and Bumper. Daryl's spelt with 2 R's in the manual, but it was 1 R in the game. Who do I believe? So this confirms that Spin is the one with the wheel and Slick is the one with the legs, which is the same 2 that we were playing as in the Game Boy game. Junkman has an army of robots, blah 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 blah. Okay, cool. So we have an exhaust gun, is the basic gun we have. This scan is so low res that I just can't make out a lot of the writing. It doesn't tell you how many cones you need for an extra life, but it does confirm that's what you get. Rockets speed up your movement for a short time. Okay, cool. Speaking of speed, why can't I watch you at 2 times speed? Well, you can if you just go like back in. Oh wait, can you do that on Twitch? Maybe not. My set color space. Huh. How do I fix that? Set color space is down mixing color to YUV 420. Is that in settings somewhere that I can change that? Output, video encoder, preset. The encoder preset is on very fast. It doesn't mention color, but that might affect it. Because this is something I've noticed before. Color format, NV12. I can't change it while I'm streaming. Color range limited. Okay, I can try and change that. I'll try and remember. I'll write it down on this piece of paper that is water damage from when I spilled my drink over it. advanced color format. Yeah, okay. I'll see about that, but I can't do it now. I'll have to do it after the stream. Imagine streaming for years and just being so hopeless. Yep, that's me. They only have 3 fingers. Oh, I didn't notice. Check the box art. No, they got 5 fingers. Maybe they allied some of them in certain depictions. Slick and Spin are the main 2, and the rest are supporting cast. Okay. And yes, we care about Spare Tire and Daryl. They may just be side characters, but they're our friends. Oh no, it's those bombs that we inspected before. They're coming back to bite us. So we're in the circus now. Wait, what? My head fell off. And my controls have been reversed because my head is off. I have a balloon. Oh, okay. We have to stay up there. So having your limbs and stuff fall off is a key mechanic in the 16-bit game, which is by a different developer. Am I going to get my head back at some point? So Captain was referring to a cutscene that we saw earlier. There appeared to be only 3 fingers on the hands. Well, it could be that the character design of one of the characters is lacking fingers. Not lacking, it just has fewer fingers, I should say. Oh. The backwards controls is really messing me up. And there's a little bounce on the wheel when you land from a jump. So let's assume 50 cones is the extra one up. It is! Wonderful. I kind of forgot I had an air gun. Oh, and my oil ammo carried over. Might as well use some, eh? Hello? Doesn't we need to bring the balloon all the way through? Surely not. What? Okay, that explosion has quite a hitbox apparently. Oh, if you have a little momentum. There we go. That's what the spare heads are for. They restore your head. Wait, the elephant's an enemy? Why are you not that? What? But why are you trying to kill me? I'm on your side, I guess. Yeah, so you gotta get a little bit of a run up to get a higher jump. Because it's a platformer. Are they spitting peanuts? They are. They are running short on heads. Ugh. Back to reverse controls, I guess. Oh. Oh no. Well, that didn't happen. Talking about falling down being such a penalty, it's even more so in this stage. But hey, having no head makes my hitbox smaller, so I could duck under the peanut projectiles. That's a bonus. So the manual does warn you. Are you kidding me? The manual warns you about the rocket power-up. Sometimes it gives you too much speed and you become hard to control. Which is what happened just now. But I had so much speed, in fact, that I crashed into a wall and my head fell off. Which is not a common problem in platformer protagonists. So that's just fun novelty. Cool, get the invincibility. which overwrites the rocket speed, because, okay, apparently you can only have one power-up at a time. Wow, that really turned my head around, but to prove your head and shoulders above the rest, you've got to crack this code. What? More puns, by the way. What the heck? What do I even have to do? Okay, I've picked up a thing, and I have to put it in the right place to complete the circuit, I guess? So like... Oh, I'm pulling a lever that's there, but I've picked up another one? Well, this is the lever pulling power, but it only works if there's a thing there. Okay. This isn't really how electricity works, but I'll just let it slide. Is this a puzzle, or it's like it's more an action minigame? Get up there, no! Okay, the puzzle is remembering where it's gonna go in advance. You know, puzzles. Ugh. The bounce when you land, it's really messing me up. Oh, and then when I was counting on the bounce to clear that little gap, the bounce didn't happen. Ay. Okay, bounce. The bounce was not enough. Okay, can I go over here? Oh my god. Anyway. Clear the middle. It didn't work. It didn't work again. Maybe if you hit the jump button at the right time. Yeah, you can do a jump instead of the little landing bounce. That's interesting. Yes, we did it. Yeah, spin has a lot of cool mechanics. Wait, what? Oh, we have to land on this. Oh my god. So once you get this electricity to go down here, that pushes you upwards. What a buggeration. Well, that was fun, I guess. Moving on. Interesting change of pace, I suppose. And now we're playing as Slick again. Oh, okay. So Slick can lose his head as well. Oh, and the enemies can too. Very decap attack. Okay. Wish I could throw my head as a projectile. It is pretty useful to have that lowered hitbox. And the reverse controls aren't that much of an embarrassment. This'll help. The strut. Good stuff. Come on. There we go. So what are those, clowns or something? Scary clowns? We're at 99 oil, might as well use some. Hey, pop the bubble, pop the beach ball with oil, makes sense. What? Come on. Not enough iframes. Full color space uses more data. Yeah, but since I recently got a much improved internet connection, it should be able to handle that now. It's something I should have changed if I'd like investigated the settings more when I upped my resolution and bitrate, which was only recently. Okay, oil does nothing. Oh. Okay. So at some point I picked up a power-up that is like a leg or an arm or something, and it makes my legs disappear and makes me spin. So that's what I accidentally activated that time when I was opening the cage. Okay, so now I know that. Oil. Yeah. Oh, right. Jump over the hidden boxing glove. Captain also appreciating the strut. Set encoder profile to main 10. Cool, I'll try that too, thank you. Here we've got another charge of that spinning power-up thing. This is a cool game, and I'm enjoying it more than I did the 16-bit version in the small time I played that while testing. So I wouldn't mind playing through this whole thing in priority over the 16-bit game. Especially because it has... stupid. It has the developer in common. Oh, that doesn't actually take health away from you. The giant boxing glove. Yeah, because it's the same developer as the Game Boy one. Okay, still no sign of Spare Tire and Daryl. If we don't find them soon, I might go to pieces. Get it? Go to pieces. Pretty funny, huh? Boom. Got exploded, buddy. Yeah, it's no Sonic 06 or Quest 64, but few things are. You're so right. What's the Game Boy Color version of Quest 64 called? Is it called Quest 64 GBC? I don't know. Keep on driving like that and you'll bring the house down. The warehouse. Don't know how many levels there are, but I think we can get through them all. The other version was quite short if you're not doing the full loops, so we're good. On time, I think. Oh, a blue one. I like that you can see later in the level from here. Gonna loop around there. Very cool level design. Oh no, a junkbot. Stop it. So we're now back playing a Spin, our favorite character. Oh, really? Well, how am I supposed to deal with that? If the projectiles perfectly cover the trajectory of the bloody crate stack. I can't crouch. Oh, I can crouch. There's a crouch button. Huh. Oh, yeah, because I had to get down to hit some of those enemies before, right? Yeah, okay. So that's how you do it. Good to know. Oh, the bounce, the bounce. The exhaust gun or whatever. Don't know where all the exhaust is coming from. I guess the dummies have to be powered somehow. So they have petrol engines, I suppose, inside their frame. Oh yeah, the head fall off. Crouch, more like kneel button. You're not wrong. Give me head. Okay. Settle down. Oh god. Stop it. I've got a lot of lives, but I just don't want to have to repeat too much. Oops, what am I doing? Where are we? What's happening? I'm gonna assume this leads somewhere, but it might just be healths. Okay, we get a lot of healths. I'm not gonna take the balloon this time. Oh, I need the balloon. Don't lose your head over it. Oh, get it? Pretty funny, huh? Wait, that's still not enough? Alright, I just can't go that way, I guess. Okay, I want everyone else to up their pun game. Quest Brian's Journey. Yeah, that's the American version. He's called Brian in the US. The PAL Quest game has his name as... I don't remember. It was silly. It's like Pierre or something. Ugh! I really should be using this oil. Are you kidding me? It was in the floor and it hit me. Stupid hitbox. What? Oh, 2 hits. Stop it. Okay, whatever. You can die. This is an extremely violent video game. It's not suitable for children, I think. Oh, bloody hell. No! Jacques, yes. Jacques is the Japanese name, okay. Yeah, that sounds right. Oh my god, I'm going way too fast with this rocket. They did warn me. Okay. And the rocket ran out. The Japanese title of the GBC game is Jaku no... Oh god, I can't read kanji and play a NES game at the same time. There are like hidden secrets in this game, are there? I guess not. What you see is what you get. Arion. Captain thinks it's Arion. Is that right? Jacques' Great Adventure, the Great Demon King's Counterattack. So, Jacques no Daiboken, Daimao no counterattack is... I know that, I know this. Because Gyakushu, like the Donkey Kong game. Donkey Kong 3 Dai Gyakushu. Wait, how many dies are in this title? Okay, it's Gyakushu, not Dai Gyakushu. Yeah, yeah. Daiboken Daimao. Mao. Too many die, if you ask me. Can't seem to get a break here. Get it? Break. Pretty funny, huh? That's gonna get me every time. Oh no, Daryl is being dragged away. Looks like he hasn't got a leg to stand on. It's time to take a long walk off a short pier. I know a shortcut. Very Castlevania. Jump in the water. Given saying, I do wonder about them thinking that dummies made to be crashed into walls, thrown off buildings, out of planes, etc. were going to go well with parents. Well, my thing with them, I don't think you were here when I pointed this out, but the toys, the action figures or whatever they are, like, you press a button and all their limbs fly off, they're on springs. Which feels like very dangerous. Oh god. Like you've got small parts that are spring-loaded and just perfectly set up to go directly into a child's eye or down their throat. So quite on top of the theming, I think just the mechanics of the toy itself were very ill thought through, ill considered. No! Why are these seagulls carrying bombs? Who trained them to do that? And since when were seagulls trainable? I guess they promised to give them a chip if they would do this. That's my assumption. Frickin' what? Alright, cool. We're through that bit, I guess. Give me a head, thank you. Captain's not sure about Arion. I think it's right from memory. It sounds familiar. If a kid loses an arm, they might buy a second one. Oh, you mean if they lose the dummy's arm, not if their arm falls off as a result of toy misuse. Yeah, that's a good sales strategy, yeah. Have easily losable parts so that you have to buy more of the toys to replace them. Oh god, this level is really annoying. But yeah, I don't think it's too surprising that the franchise only lasted a few years. But hey, we got like a ton of games out of it, so that's cool. Like they really went all in for a few years there. Frickin' birds, man. Well, it is a video game, so the birds have to be the jerkiest enemies. Unless there's bats. Well, never mind. Yeah, no Daigyakushu, but 2 other dies. It was a big die for Jock. Wow, that's terrible. That's a Crash Dummies tier pun. Okay, so the birds explode. Maybe they're robots. Or I guess the bomb explodes, killing the bird instantly. Yeah, that makes sense. Because there were bugs before. They weren't robot bugs, were they? Oh my god. Oh yeah, lots of enemies on screen, lots of sprites. Let's get that slowdown going. Really throwing oil at me. Okay. I think level design has taken a bit of a hit in this stage. Just like throwing everything at you. Ugh! Use the iframes. Okay. And they throw extra health at you because they know they're being unfair. Okay, cool. You're a chip off the old block. The engine block. Okay, that was a bit of a stretch. Daryl's all broken up about having been captured. Go for broke slick. Okay, they're just trying to fit as many as they can. Hey look, steering wheels. They give me invincibility. Oh, not in this case. Okay, so we have tons of oil to blow through. And they've even given us a spare can there. Oh, ow. But we can't hit this guy. Oh, I guess we could crouch. Yeah, there we go. Oh, do I have a limit? I can't... Yeah, it actually runs out around the boat cabin. So I need to be standing on this buoy. Bugger me. Yep, hit him in the ankles. It's a winning strategy. Wait, does that guy have a peg leg? That's sick. Alright, cool. Oh, oh really? Yep, that's what I wanted. Oh, it's, Daryl, I think. Hooray! Besides having a few screws loose, everything seems to be okay with Daryl, even though he keeps rattling on about some junkyard. To be fair, seagulls are the jerkiest IRL as well. You have a point. Although I can tell you're not a cyclist, because obviously magpies are the jerkiest. Well, they'll even swoop pedestrians if it's the wrong time of year. When are you going to play Quest 64 Dig Dug Edition? There's a Japan exclusive Quest 64 themed Dig Dug clone. What? Oh no, it's no Japanese release, Western exclusive. Is that on the Game Boy Color as well? Yeah. Okay, we're in the junkyard. Whoa! I should have known. It was a fake cone with some kind of, I don't know, hermit crab with wheels? That's pretty sick, honestly. This is another momentum situation. Oh yeah, and we're spin again, which is lovely. Gotta love that spin. Magpies are totally chill on the Central Coast? No, no way! We had magpie issues in Wollongong. That's South Coast, I guess. So technically, what you said may still be correct. Magpies were the worst when we lived in Western Sydney. Oh, okay. So it's that specific in geography. Weird. Oh, Gibbon's excited about the Dig Dug clone, I think. Yeah, I don't know about that. Quest Fantasy Challenge on the Game Boy Color. The third and final game in the Venerable Quest series. So, yeah. No swooping, imagine that. I once got swooped by a magpie and it drew blood behind my ear. I think this is an alternate path, maybe. Third and final game for now. With the amount of, like, memery around Quest 64, I wouldn't be surprised if there's some kind of indie clone at some point, or indie, like, you know, fan game thing. But, like, a parody one, like the Bubsy fan games sort of are. Yeah. What? As if. Should be using oil. Oh yeah. That didn't happen. Oh! When Captain got married, it was magpie season. His whole family got to experience some aggressive magpies. They drew blood. Wow. On your wedding. Jeez. Maybe they just didn't approve of the wedding and they wanted to break you up. They were protesting. Yeah, that was them objecting. They just missed the window when they say, if anyone objects, speak up now. That doesn't actually happen in real weddings, by the way. In case, I guess, someone's watching and hasn't been to a wedding before. Or I don't know, maybe it's in the Catholic, like, wedding, order of service thing. Don't know if I've been to a Catholic wedding, to be fair. Okay, well this is tricky. This is where Spin's momentum gets a little troublesome. He's got a bit of a stopping distance on him. Classic off-screen thwomp enemy. Yeah, why can't I see them before they pop in? I guess because there would be too many sprites on screen. It's already flickering really badly. Okay. Oh, we made it, thank God. With only 1 health, that section was a bit of a killer. I'm a bit safer here being headless, actually. Oh, that's I want to be the guy territory almost. Wait. It puts you back at the start of the level? Oh wait, no. Okay, that was actually the right way to go. Whew. Okay, relief. Who's this? They have a slightly different character design, which threw me off. Anyway, no sign of spare tire in the car wrecker's yard. Where could he be? Look, there he is. Looks like he's trying to make a break for it. And he was herded off by a junkbot, I guess. Don't worry, spare tire. Even if it costs me an arm and a leg, I'll rescue you. Which way was it? Get it? Arm and leg. Through the hole in the fence, you dummy. Who said that? Also, dummy. Get it? Pretty funny, huh? Okay. Yeah, being headless changes your hitbox. Yeah, that's a really cool thing as, like, you know, trade-offs to these mechanics. It's easy to avoid damage, but your controls are reversed. So it's like a penalty, but also not. It's really interesting. What? Okay, so that bounces you up and hurts you. And they're not throwing tons of spare heads at me in this level for extra health. Oh my god. Here's one. What the frick? It's literally spawning off screen. I could almost not even react to that. That was wild. You saw that right. Get me out of here. Ooh, a new enemy. A fly. Very large fly. Oh, of course, Spare Tire is the fatter one. Oh yeah. Well, it was the 90s. They're not gonna shy away from a little body shaming for a joke. I'm surprised the one with the wheel hasn't been the victim of any, like, you know, disability jokes, honestly. Oh god. I just want to grab one head on my way down, because I've got the super rocket which smashes your head off if you hit a wall. So then I'll just try and grab... There we go. Oh, it's still active! Oh my god. Alright, it's wore off. What is this? Like a cement mixer or something? It's pretty cool. I like the robot designs. I can't quite pass it, but it looks cool. I know that much. Oh god damn it. Oh, you couldn't beat Quest 64 Fantasy Challenge? It was too hard? Fake fan, fake fan. Beat both the 64 and the Game Boy Color one. Ugh. Both were great, not even memeing. There's someone doing a Unity port of Quest 64, it looks great. Is that like a decomp or just a from scratch remake? I guess if it's in Unity, it would have to be for scratch, right? I still want Quest 65, yeah, exactly. That's kind of the naming scheme of the new Bubsy game. Bubsy 4D, I think, is a very funny title. That's an OH&S issue. Well, exactly. That's what the Crash Dummies are all about, is about safety. And Junkbot, being that nemesis, does not care for it, I suppose. What is that? That thing had a face and I don't like it. Some kind of construction equipment but with a cartoon face on it. A little weird. Dope. Because I bounced my shots went over its head. If you can call that a head. Oh! No! Actually, have we even seen where the checkpoints are? I think they're pretty generous. When I died in like the first stage. Yeah, it's right here. It's literally right here. I didn't even lose any oil, I think. The head was bait? Yeah, absolutely. The designers really got me there. Jerks. Software creations. Like, software trolls. Got 'em. What the heck is going on? Oh god. I got the head and it immediately fell off. I'm like bouncing around so much with this rocket that it's just... Oh god. Alright, alright. Take it slow. Oh! So it's a double. 1, 2, and then 3. Okay. This one's 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay. Cool. The Junkman. So I guess this is the final boss. And we're still Spin. They know who the best character is. Why even bother including the other guy, honestly? Like, this is the real gameplay. This is the good stuff with the wheel. It actually makes things interesting with the way you control the character. Okay. It's the Junkman! No! He's evil or something. Wait, is that a lever from the lever minigame? I'll take that death. It's really hard to avoid these on the way in though. Why don't we use the spin? Get a little invincibility to get through. There we go. Maybe it'll even last until Junkman. Get a hit on him. Nope. Wait, that instantly kills you? I guess you can't touch him. We have to oil him, I suppose. But there's a range on the oil, remember? You can't hit him from across the screen. What the heck? These freaking tires, man. Alright, let's just reset. Okay. Quest 64 in Unity decom. No, not decom, sorry. From scratch remake. Recon. Anyway, that looks fun. So we can jump over them here. Yeah, that works. Oh, caught in a pattern. As I don't know, Kacho would say, Patan haita. Wow. That was the final boss? You're pathetic, dude. Oh, the 10-ton weight. Hilarious. So, do I have the lever pulling ability? I guess not. So what do I do with this? Whoa! Whoa! Oh my gosh, that was crazy. Hilarious. I love the way this fight escalates. That's great. Again, very Spectrum-like. He's standing still over there. Okay. Hey, that works. How the heck do you avoid this? Spin! Spin to win. He's not gonna slow down though, is he? Curse you, Junkman. You've played me for a fool. Okay, oh. Well, let's try that again. Okay, save state now. What's the secret here? When those tires start coming, it's so hard to avoid them. Can I just mash through it, maybe? Before he starts getting really fast? No, that's not going to work. Do you have to stun him a few times? Oh, maybe. If I drop back down when he starts speeding up. That could work. Let's try that. Nope. Okay, well, I'm heading down. Yeah, he's reset now. That's probably it. But I have plenty of oil because I stockpiled it for so long. Where's my turbo controller when I need it? Okay, okay. Oh, I'm running out. We have to be able to get it this run. Oh, it came back. Well, that helps. No! The bounce! The bounce! Yeah, that mechanic of... like, you get that little bounce when you land, but if you jump just when you hit, then you get a jump instead of a bounce. Oh, crap. Try that again. No! Yes! Oh, that's a good fight. I love that. Very fun stuff. Okay. Phew, that Junkman's a real headbanger. Okay, weird thing to say. But you knew this job was dangerous when you took it. All we gotta do now is find spare tire. What's the matter, Junkman? Did your mom drop you on your head? Rude. There he is, in the crash chair, too frightened to move. And he's not wearing a safety belt. That means one thing. I've got to slam into the buffer and release the chair. Hope spare tire is okay. What? What? I feel like it feels like I'm beating my head against the wall. I think that was just a cutscene? Okay, cool. I think we're good. Junkman really had us going there, but he should have realized that it isn't easy to break up a great team like ours. What did he think we are? A couple of dummies? Oh, get it? Get it? Get it? Do you get it? I'm asking. Okay, cool. Hooray, my score was, I guess, that. Sure. Thank you, these people. Ooh, they are using some decomp for the logic in the Unity version. Nice, nice. So this is manually advancing. Oh, that's it. Yeah, very short credit sequence. Please explain in great detail. Okay, well you see, there's a logo here which prominently uses a term, dummies. Now, this is kind of an ableist slur in some ways. No, anyway. Right, let's... yeah, I guess fire up one of the other versions. So, that was the NES version by Software Creations. Thanks, guys. Yeah, dumb E's. That's right. They are the vowel E. Okay, so this other version of the game has a bit more complicated development history. But between 1993 and 94, yeah, I'm not sure which was the first original version, the Mega Drive or the SNES. Let's do Mega Drive. Show you what that looks like. So this is the final installment of the Incredible Crash Dummies video games. And there's 3 separate releases for this, right? Flying Edge is who handled publishing and distribution in the PAL territories, I think. But yeah, I'm not sure. So, oh, this is so quiet. It's really quiet on Mega Drive. That might make me prefer the SNES version. But the Mega Drive music, since we're talking about musicians so much, this was done by Alex Rudis, who is another sort of prolific video game composer. Did a lot of Lynx games uncredited, including Gordo 16, which I played on stream. As you can see, it's also a platformer, more focused on the larger sprites, as many 16-bit games did. But let's watch the little plot outline, because each version of it has this little blurb thing, this little cutscene. This is the scientist character I was talking about. He's got springs for eyebrows. It's weird. Boys, we must stop Junkman before he discovers the secret of his powerful T-9000 body and creates an evil army of followers. Torso 9000. But only you know how to construct the T-9000. They've got new outfits. Yeah, Junkman is too dumb to figure it out for himself. This is a Bubsy clone, I wish. I know that, boys, but I'm still worried. Crash. Bop. So we meet again, Dr. Zub. In you go. Okay, so this time our damsel in distress is Dr. Zub. What a time to go to pieces. Get it? Do you get it? Pull yourself together. Do you get it? We have to rescue Dr. Zub. Sorry, I lost my head for a second. I don't get it. Go back. Need a hand? Oh, they're still doing it. They're still going. Thanks. One of us had better stay and watch the lab. Is there a pun there? Where's the pun? Every line must have a pun. You stay, I'll rescue Dr. Zub. Okay, good luck, Slick. Okay, I guess this is Slick. And that other one is Spin. So, I didn't know about this, but the crouch button, or the down button, makes you fall into a pile of pieces. That's honestly genius. That's really cool. Yeah, so they got these new outfits. These are the outfits they have in the Harvey comic. So maybe a later run of the toys had these outfits or something, but they're like more action-y or whatever, and they're not just like overalls or jumpsuits, I guess. Come on, we can stand on these things. All right, controls are a little finicky in this version, maybe. Anyway, both the SNES and Mega Drive versions were developed by this Canadian team called Grey Matter, who are a subsidiary of something. But it's a pun on like the name of the founder, who was like Grey something. This is in my notes. Grey Matter did a whole bunch of licensed stuff, like including a lot of like you know, games for children based on violent movies. They did a Dirty Harry game, Mad Max, Terminator. They also did the Wayne's World game, one of them at least. There are a few. And they also did 2 games based on younger versions of like action movie heroes. Young Indiana Jones and James Bond Jr. And they did some Ren and Stimpy games. Anyway, they've done tons of stuff, right? So I guess it seemed natural that they could make a Crash Dummies game too. So I think maybe the main thing about this version is the health system, which is kind of fun. Each time you get hit, you'll lose a limb. Okay, we're already at the end of this level though. I'll demonstrate the limb system a little bit in this next one. Okay, save stating works. So you get hit once, you lose one leg, you start hopping around. Your actual ability to move is not really affected by this, which is nice. Get hit twice, lose 2 legs. Your hitbox is lowered. Jump height maybe a little lower, I'm not sure. But it seems like you still play pretty much identically. Get hit again, 1 arm only, but we can still get around, you know? It's no hindrance. No limbs. You can even still hop around just by wiggling your pelvis. Imagine the abs on this guy. The final hit, though, is too much, as that little voice clip indicates. The only other game I can think of right now that has a system anything like this is the original Lego Star Wars games, where C-3PO and other protocol droids would lose limbs when they got attacked. So you have 4 hit points. You lose your arms and legs, but he can still do everything the same as he could before and interact with panels and whatever else he needed to do. We also have a projectile attack that is limited, very limited, much more so than the oil can gun. You only have as many spanners as you pick up, basically. But yeah, I think this version is just too quiet. Let's try another version. So I think I'll probably opt for the SNES version last. So what we're going to do is jump over to the Amiga version, which, unlike the Mega Drive and SNES, which were made by Canadian studio Grey Matter, I think they outsourced the port on this one to a British team that I'm not sure who they are exactly, actually, but I looked up some of the names in like the credits for this version specifically, and they'd worked on other British stuff. Okay, I think I need to capture this separately, so... Oh wait, does this have cancel. Wait, cancel. Discard changes. Sorry, I just think that... Oh no, it's the same menu bar as everything else, so I can just capture it properly. Same. Okay, sorry, bear with me. FSUAE is the Amiga emulator I'm using. We've got a crack, of course, because you always have to do that. Reverse Hangman. Yeah, kinda. Mario Maker 2 stole the collapsing body thing for its Dry Bones shell power-up. Oh, once again, Nintendo totally ripping off the little guy. Okay, cool. So you can hear it's the same song. I hope you can hear it. But it's like souped up for the Amiga. Licensed through Leisure Concepts, coded by Dave Simmons, etc. Didn't get all these credits, but yeah. Love that MIDI trumpet. Oh yeah, Black Knight from the Holy Grail. Yeah, yeah. Do you have a video game example? I couldn't think of anything other than C-3PO. Oh, Plock. Plock throws his limbs, and he can lose them, right? Plock loses limbs. How does he lose them? It's not a health system, is it? I'm not sure. I haven't really played that game much. Rayman loses some of his limbs as part of the plot sometimes. So as you can see, same, like almost exactly the same graphics for this cutscene. Oh, I skipped the whole thing apparently. Never mind. We saw it already. It's very dim. Yeah, much brighter in the game. Oh. There's momentum. I've got like a stopping distance, but it just looks weird because I just slide it a little bit. Anyway, because this is Amiga, we press up to jump. And fire on the joystick throws one of our precious spanners. So you can see the gradient in the background is a bit more like not as smooth. Oh, what? Okay, it's a little awkward to control because of the up jump thing. But you can tell the graphics and music have gotten a little bit of a boost because of the Amiga hardware. Oh, we're also getting some like junk graphic stuff happening, which is probably emulator issues. I probably didn't pick the right Kickstarter ROM or something, I don't know. Oh, a spanner pickup actually gives you 5, which is not bad. But you still run through them pretty quick. So yes, it's very dangerous in this car park with Crash Dummies out testing everything all over the place and getting in my way and smashing into me. I'm sure it's just an accident and not sinister. But yeah, very hazardous around here. Hey, I saw you before. Okay, next zone. So that's just a little demo of the Amiga version, but I think what we're going to opt for is actually the SNES version, but I'll drop a save state just in case. Okay, cool. So that's FSUAE. Oh, no, don't do that. Almost quit OBS. That would be disastrous right now. Quit. Go away. Alright. SNES. SNES. The box art is almost identical between them, so I just had a little trouble spotting it. Okay. If you lose limbs when you hit, is your pile smaller? Great question. We can test that on the SNES version, which we're on now. Do a little reset to get back to the start. So yes, Plock does lose his limbs and has to hop around instead of walking. He throws his limbs, they can get caught on hangers and get stuck until you reset them. Okay, interesting. So I think presentation on this version is a little better, and we can hear it better. So yeah, I don't mind trying out the SNES version, and this is identical as well. You know, I do like the Mega Drive sound font, but it doesn't always get used in the best way. I think it was pretty good on Crash Dummies, to be fair. Okay. What's the time? I'm kind of flagging. Let's make our goal to get through the first stage and see what the second stage is. But I won't be playing through the whole game of this. I don't think it's quite as interesting as the NES version anyway. A bit more just like throw everything at you kind of level design. Although Grey Matter is obviously a very experienced team making a lot of licensed games on these systems. I try not to waste so many spanners too. I don't think I have a save save unbound. Maybe I do. I do! Wonderful. I wish I had a paddle controller that I could actually map to. I'm using a DualShock 4, which suits the purposes quite well. What? Oh yeah, the spikes in the ground, of course. Alright, we've lost a leg. We got to test that thing Captain pointed out. I think the pile is smaller. Do you think? Oh, there's a slide move too. Yeah, you can see his limbs in the pile, and now it's just the torso and head. So when we're fully stocked up, you can see the legs there. So yeah, that's attention to detail. Good stuff. Next zone. On Amiga, you like get sucked into the sign, like a warp or something. On the other ones, you fly off the top of the screen. Okay. Wait, did it reset my spanner count? 15, right? Oh, it adds them up into your score. This is another Castlevania-ism. It like removes all your hearts when you get to the end of a level and converts them into points, which sucks. Don't like that. Oh well. Okay. So that means I guess we should be more liberal in using them. But it means we can't save them up for bosses or anything. Ugh! We do have the little sound voice clips, which is nice. Okay, well that was really painful. Give me this screwdriver. Can I bounce off one of these guys? Oh! What? We can bounce. Oh god, there's so many. This really is a dangerous place. Oh god. What are you even supposed to do? This is just nuts. Okay. Well, there goes my arm. Can I bounce off one of these? What's that? A 1-up, I think? Let's try and get the 1-up. Nope. 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 There we go. Got the 1-up finally. A little awkward this game. Like the NES game's so much simpler, but I think it works better. This one you feel quite out of control. Which to be fair was the case when I was on a wheel. Oh, that's the rocket booster, but different. Obviously, like, completely different team. They weren't beholden to any of the design or mechanics in the other versions. They completely did their own thing. First try, yeah, totally. That's me. Okay, now we're inside. It's still the Crash Center, though. I'm curious if there's, like, boss fights, so I'll get to the end of this bit. What? Captain says NES is the winner for me. I think I'm agreeing with you. I didn't mind the Game Boy Master System version. Was there an explanation of why these Crash Dummies that should be my friends are like trying to attack me? Because they were in the NES game, the enemies are like Junkman's junkbots, right? They look different. They act different. They're evil, I guess. Scrap. Speed limit 155, and that's going to be miles per hour, by the way, because we're in America. Oh! I think that looked worse than it was. I think I only lost one leg. Okay. The problem with the large character sprites, it's a bit harder to see things around you. It's a very common problem. On the NES, tiny character sprites, you can see a whole screen. Feels easier to control, you know. But on this, especially because you move fast and you're kind of slippery, and you're huge on the screen, like it just feels a little worse. I like how the music also speeds up when you get a speed up power thing. Whoa, okay. I'm gonna try and grab... Yep. Okay, cool. Do you think they only watch international rugby games or cricket? No lawn bowling. Sorry, Captain, what? Do you think they only watch international rugby games or cricket? I don't understand. I'm sorry. What? There's just no time to react. Ah! Oh god. And I'm supposed to be throwing more spanners, aren't I? What? This game. Yes, lawn bowling. Yeah, I don't mind lawn bowl. Wait. But there was a bowling pin. That's a different game. When I think lawn bowls, it's... there are no pins involved. It's like bocce, kinda. Is that a popcorn maker? Wait, what? Oh, I gotta jump off this one. The OST sucks. No comment. I'll say it's not as good as the Follin soundtracks. Yeah. I'm not sure yet if it sucks, but it's... like, the Follins are legends for a reason, you know. Oh, now we actually have a lawn, so that kind of makes more sense. What the... I just can't tell if these other dummies are evil or if they're just, you know, everybody's accident prone because they are a crash test dummy, you know? Have they been coerced into attacking me, or is this just the, like, chaotic happenings of a normal day? It's hard to tell. Oh, you slide on the washing machine suds. Oh no, that's just normal slide. Oh wait. Yeah, there is an extended slide. Because you do normally have a little bit of a slide to you. Right? But the suds make you slide a little bit longer. Oh yeah, the slide move. Keep forgetting to test that. Oh, it doesn't do damage? What's the point of it? That's just because I was holding down, so when I came to a stop, I collapsed in a pile. Given us thinking of field curling, essentially. Yeah, curling. Yeah, lawn bowls is kind of like curling. What the? Yeah, that's the sound that secateurs make. Like hedge trimmers. Yeah, sure. Sure, SNES sound font, sure. Oh, thank God we're done with that. I don't know how much of this game I can take. I just want to get to a boss fight. Our food just got delivered, our food box, so I gotta pull that in as well. This is no Quest 64 OST. Who made Quest 64? It wasn't the company called Quest, was it? What the frick? It's like a giant mixer egg beater guy. One of Dr. Zob's inventions, perhaps? There goes a leg. Okay, again we got some pretty OTT sound effects happening here. Okay. Oh, it's got a bay mix at the back and an egg beater at the front. That's hilarious. Ugh! The soundtrack is kind of wild at the moment as well. Oh, it shoots out fried eggs. It's like the ultimate kitchen machine. Can do everything. So we're now reduced to bopping on it because we've run out of spanners. Just wait for it to shoot a projectile. Excuse me? Oh wait, time up? What? Are you gonna let me start at the boss fight? I guess I took too long on the level. Well, maybe I took too long on the boss, honestly. Because we only have a minute. But what's the goal? Oh, we can do the BC Kid strats. Just like continually bop on the head. Not sure where the hitbox is for the boss though. I think it just loses it at a certain point. Maybe we don't need spanners at all. The sound effect, the damage boss sound effect, is also a little BC Kid-ish. But I say that as a person having only played BC Kid in my whole life. It's the only video game I've played, so everything just reminds me of that. I've got boss baby syndrome. Imagineer, who went on to make fitness boxing. Yeah, that's right. I knew that at one point. Okay. I probably do want the fuel, actually. Give me fuel. No, it exploded. Never mind. But are we supposed to be crashing into things? Because that's our job. It's always so unclear with these Crash Dummy games. Sometimes you're supposed to damage yourself, sometimes you're not. You know. Crash. No bonus? I don't understand. I don't understand. Okay, we got a cutscene. Hello, Spin. Sorry, I can't hear you above all this traffic. I can't hear a thing he's saying. I better go see what he wants. No, look both ways. Okay, I'm looking both ways. Oh boy. I guess you're the dummy this time. Get it? Do you get that one? They also made Battle of Olympus. Oh, and the NES? Yeah, that's a nice one. Thanks for nothing. And we're in a construction site. Honestly, not inspired by the theming of the levels here, but we do have a hand made of liquid concrete, which is fun. But yeah, not the most exciting level types so far. Get some cool enemies though. Okay, why are my spanners spinning now? That wasn't happening before. But yeah, this was my goal to get here. We can hear the music track a little bit, but oh, I think it's time to stop. But I'm glad I got through at least, you know, the NES version all the way through. Played a loop of the other, the minigame versions. As far as I'm concerned, Software Creations came out on top here. But I don't mind this too much, it's okay. And we had the little bonus of the LCD Tiger game too. That was fun. Right, so I need to check the color thing after I close the stream down. And I need to tell you what I'm planning to do next time. Because Crash Dummies has been on the docket for a while. I'm sorry it took me so long to get to it, Captain. I had to miss last week's stream. Oh yeah. Gibbon told me that Bubsy started us a Chester Cheetah game, so I want to play the other Chester Cheetah games and see if there's any connection. There probably won't be, but you never know. We've also got Laser Dolphin to play, but maybe first I should get back to Mulan and finish out the Disney Princess quest. I think that is probably what we're going to do next time is Mulan. Yeah. Which means I have to watch some Mulan movies. Captain's glad I had fun, but he wants to make sure that I did not miss the joke. They only watch test matches. Is that a message you sent? Because I didn't see that. They only watch test matches. Because test dummies? Get it? Do you get it? Yeah, I didn't get it too well, apparently. Also, I still really didn't figure out what the slide move does. The damage sound effect, it sounds so similar to the BC Kid one. The Super BC Kid one. It couldn't possibly be, right? Unless they both came from some sound effects CD. It just sounds really similar. And then they pitch it down for the final hit when you die. That's funny. Anyway, thanks for the joke, Captain. I appreciate it. But yeah, thanks for picking this for Game Club. I had a fun time going through the Crash Dummy games and finding out more about this weird little franchise. And yeah, we got to hear some excellent Follin music. So yeah, that was good. Alright, we're done. Thank you for watching. Next time, Mulan. Look forward to it. And remember, always buckle your seatbelt, or whatever they said. Buckle your safety belt in the American parlance. Yes. Be safe out there, people. Thank you. Goodbye.